Dedicated to the great outdoors, it's Southern Woods and Waters with Hugh McNaughton. Southern Woods and Waters is brought to you by Gander Mountain, Greenform Construction, the Burns Insurance Group, Cunningham Buick GMC, Nashville Marine, America's Motorsports, and now here's Hugh.
All right, welcome everyone to this Thursday night's edition of Southern Woods and Waters, and we've got another great show for you again this evening. I have with me one of my bestest buddies in the whole wide world, and here's Dayton. All right, I told you I was going to do it.
Dang it.
My good friend Dayton Blair, and he's half of the Blair brothers. Jimbo unfortunately couldn't make it with us today, but Dayton is in the house. And if you know anything at all about fishing around the Middle Tennessee area, the Blairs are everywhere. I mean, you just look any tournament, any day, any given day, they got a pole in one hand, and you know, they're just ready to go fishing anytime. So Dayton is graciously come on the show. We're going to talk about, you know, this is getting to where it's kind of it's leaning towards the latter part of it. We're in the middle of the summer.
Right.
We're in the middle of summer.
Real hot.
It's hot.
Humid.
It's 90 plus degrees.
Them old fronts come in the evenings, pour that rain down.
Yep.
You got to remember, all that time it gets hot. It accumulates all that moisture, and that's why we have these storms like we do.
That's right.
After about 8 days of just heat, it's going to rain.
It's going to rain.
It can't help but rain.
Because the clouds are heavy.
Just like it did the other day, all that rain we got filled the creeks up, no catfish got to biting, remember?
I saw that. I saw you toting some fish out on your back.
That's right. But, you know, fresh water's good, especially this late in the year. You know, usually our summers, the lakes are all stagnant and already full, but luckily this year we got a middle of a summer flush, if you want to put it out there.
You're right, and I also have noticed here, I didn't know if you've been noticing, the lake hasn't turned over, but some of the ponds have.
I seen Old Hickory last weekend. I seen a little bit of funky color, but I don't think it might have been a turnover. I don't really know what it was, but it was the brackish look a little bit.
It's the brackish looking, and I think it's because of the stagnant water, but I'm talking about some ponds are actually flipping.
Yeah, sure.
Right now.
Yeah, it's hot.
It's hot. So you know that when that water starts flipping, it's hot. Oxygen levels are dropping, and things have got to happen.
Well, that's why a lot of people don't know, but at like Percy Priest, Center Hill, they put the oxygenating pumps in them.
Yep.
And you'll be going down the interstate.
Normandy's a good one.
And you'll be going down the interstate thinking, you know, they're generating or something. No, it's just putting oxygen in the river so the fish, you know, have a higher oxygen content.
It's called sluicing.
Sluicing.
That's and that's that spray if you pass Percy Priest Dam. If you're on the interstate there and you're passing Percy Priest Dam, you see that water spray that comes out. Actually, people think, well, they got one of the gates open. No, that's sluicing going on. They're putting more oxygen into the Stones River right there, coming into.
But it still takes a little bit out of the lake at a time per day. You know, the lake didn't get all the way full. Well, it finally did. Now it'll come down about 1/8 of an inch or 1/2 inch because of the.
Old Hickory's down, bud.
Well, that's because they're working on Cheatham Dam.
They're back to working on it again.
Yep, because the rains we had all that water, so it jacked them up working for a couple of weeks. So now that's why Old Hickory's so empty. So they don't have to move no water and let them boys down there get on Cheatham on it so they can get that water down.
Boy, if that water ever comes up 8 more inches, son, it's gonna be nice on Old Hickory.
Yep.
But I don't know that they're going to allow it because the grass is about 8 inches above the water.
They've killed the grass at Gunnersville. I don't know if a lot of people know that yet, but you're going to find out that, and Kentucky Lake, that come fall, there ain't going to be no grass Kentucky Lake to fish from what I'm hearing. And Gunnersville right now, usually you run out of, you know, Goose Pond, you hit out there in the no wake buoys, it's grass. Well, it ain't there. It's
not there.
It's all under the water. So I don't know what's going on there. A lot of people in Alabama ain't happy, but you know.
Well, at some point in time, the recreational boaters and the people that own the boat docks and something's got to realize that that's money. Those Gunnersville brings in money.
Right.
It brings in revenue to that whole area.
Here's what a lot of people don't know about your water systems on a lake that's lived on. You take a lake like Del Holla, it's completely full of grass. but you don't have private boat docks. You don't have private yards. You don't have people out there spraying pesticides to kill any kind of growth that's in their yard.
Yeah.
Okay, you got old hickory. I can sit here, you can run through all of them. And that's what's going on. They're spraying their yards with the pesticides. It runs right back in the lake, and it kills anything in the water system.
And that's not good.
And that's not good, because if you'll go online, you can go to 2 or 3 different things that you can order online as a dock owner that's not approved by the TWA standards, and go out there and flick it around and kill everything around. You know what I mean? For years.
And what they don't understand is these are watersheds for municipalities, such as Nashville gets its water from coming from Cheatham and all that.
Murfreesboro, all of them.
So you got people that are actually living off those water systems. And how do I know that they're using the right filters or something to get all that stuff out?
Right. Well, you don't. You have to depend on them. And here's something else. You take like Guntersville, Alabama, and Kentucky Lake. That's the biggest tournament lakes there are. You have hotels, towns that benefit off of this.
Oh, yeah.
Because they want you to come to that town. Now, you take somebody like Mount Juliet that has Old Hickory and Percy Priest right there. Why don't they come up with an idea to Mount Juliet to fix all them boat ramps, cater to tournaments to come to Middle Tennessee more?
They're foolish not to.
I mean,
it's right there.
It's right in Mount Juliet. You go 5 miles this way to Priest, and 5 miles this way you're at Old Hickory.
That's right.
But you've got to, I mean, recreational people have their places on the lake, and they have boats they get to go to. I mean, it ain't no different.
I still want to say that recreational boaters and fishermen can live together, but I think we got to make some changes.
Well, changes ain't going to help. You've got so many personal watercraft, so many ski boats, so many fishing boats, flat bottom boats. People just crappie fish, enjoy fishing. It's not going to go back down. It's just going to be more and more people. That's why.
But what I'm saying is there's a way, Dayton, that we can make it like the lake up here in Kentucky that I've fished before. I'll think of it here in a minute. The name of it. Malone, Lake Malone. At Lake Malone, they have rules and regulations that says this: all the creeks and the sloughs and bays of Lake Malone, for fishermen, they can go in there and fish. Recreational boaters can only go at idle speed in those areas.
That's right.
Till they get to the main lake. When they get to the main lake, yep, they can rip, snort, tear, whatever they want to, wide open. It doesn't matter. But in the creeks and the bays and the little sloughs that's off of the main river channel, that's for fishermen.
Right.
And it's working for them.
Sure, it
works.
And that they have that at Wheeler too.
Yeah, that's right.
A few places at Wheeler. When you come off the river channel, you're running down the river wide open, you want to go fish a creek, it says with 2 buoys and signs, no skiing, no personal watercraft.
That's right. So
you're guaranteed to go back and fish natural areas that ain't getting eroded out.
Well, that's both types of outdoor recreation activities are being used at the same time.
And everybody's benefiting from both.
That's right.
They're both equal. I'm not saying one's better than the other one, but everybody benefits each town by stuff. Just like if it had a ski competition, they do sometimes at a Chutes Branch or somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that brings money and stuff into Hermitage, into Davidson County. Just like they do, the best example is Hendersonville. They got it figured out. They got Saunders Ferry Park. They have all the big pro tournaments and all that. When they come in for a week at a time, that town's made $1 million.
Oh, yeah,
the little stores, just everything, gas sales and
hotels, restaurants.
But it's trying to find anybody that wants to host fishermen much anymore. They're all after the easier money of the, I don't know. It's just
the houseboats and stuff.
The houseboats and the,
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to continue our conversation, try to get you more info about fishing, and we're going to talk primarily about what you can be doing the latter part of this summer to fill those freezers, okay? But first, I want to tease my Facebook page. Please, if you are sitting around and we're fixing to go to a commercial, why don't you just pick up the Facebook and look at Southern Woods and Waters, like, share, post if you want to. We got a lot of stuff going on there. And also check out our new website, southernwoodsandwaters.com. We've got a brand new facelift. And yeah, I know I needed it, but it's there. So just check it out. We'll be right back here in just a moment. We're going to let you visit some of our sponsors, but we'll be right back with more Southern Woods and Waters.